So next, coming up, we have 3 more speakers here on stage. We're going to have a panel and the last piece of our lead generation track. I'm super stoked to welcome back 2 people you've seen before and a new face here on stage. So please help me welcome Haran Rosenzweig for the first time, and then also welcome back on stage Maor and James. Good to have you. It's amazing.
Good to be here, buddy.
I loved your content so far. That's really cool. Thank you.
It was better than Maor's. That was the important part.
I'm not sure.
No, really. Well, we'll see how the audience liked it. We all got you rated. You know, this is a performance game here, so yeah, let's see if we're in or out for the next one. All right. Well, we're here for the lead generation panel. Super stoked to have you here. We're going to move a lot into like the strategies and tactics and what to do. You know Anthony, we kept it very like big scale, like bird's eye perspective. Sure. And for us now, I think it's time to take that, and I know you all work in a way that we just discussed over the last half hour. Now let's dive a bit deeper and see what exactly to do with lead generation, what's important in 2022, and how you would approach it, right? So the things I want to talk about are about profitable offers, right? How to master lead quality, but also regarding sales page strategy and things like these. But let's start with a brief round of introduction, right? Maybe for those people who haven't seen Maor and James here, it's interesting to know a bit about you as well. Obviously, Haran, introduce yourself as well. So let's start with Maor the Wolf.
Hi guys, Maor the Wolf. I am an agency owner. I have a couple of brands and I'm an affiliate. I started off with affiliate marketing and I feel like lead gen would definitely always be in my heart. I love lead gen campaigns. I'm really obsessed with them. I have shifted to some e-com stuff, but lead gen is going to be the thing for me.
Hi everyone, Haran from Outbrain. Started my journey as an affiliate about 10 years ago, media buyer, team leader. Currently the director of sales for affiliates in EMEA at Outbrain. So all of your lead gen campaigns that you're running, I've probably seen them all right now.
My name is James Van Elswyk. I actually started out as a call center owner and started generating my own leads probably about 10 years ago. I've also been an affiliate and an offer owner, and now I have creative agency and copywriting and ad agency, as well as an event business called Geek Out.
Good show, by the way.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Not like this, but we try to do the best we can.
You're doing well there. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's kick it off with talking about different niches, right? Obviously, looking into different verticals is one of the first things that you do when you want to run in lead gen, right? So what's hot in 2022? What should people look into? Let's kick it off over there again.
Well, I feel like for me, the niches or the types of campaigns really diversify between 2 or 3 different types of products. So there are products that you kind of like need to convince and educate the user first. And there are products and services that are just like out there already. They're highly competitive. So that really impacts the creative and also the advertorial or the way that you push it. Like, are you going to talk about the price? Are you going to talk about like what's your USP essentially? But I do not have like one specific niche that's like my go-to niche, just like Anthony has his financial stuff. For me, I just like really, I keep it dynamic.
Cool.
So I would say right now, probably financial lead gen, insurance, everything that requires a long sales process is what's booming. It's not a funnel that you can use to sell an immediate product, but you need to slow cook the users. So that needs to be considered when choosing the right product.
Cool.
Just to be very specific, I think like you said, insurance, especially like U65 insurance in the United States, getting very hot. Medicare is like kind of almost done, but that was super hot. I think also international lead gen is very overlooked. Like for example, solar was big in the United States, but it's also big worldwide, and lead gen outside the United States, like home improvement leads of any type outside the United States is also where I would be looking, just because traffic is cheaper.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy in general. I see a lot of stuff that's working in the US, like maybe even like a year or two later.
They run international lead gen. That's why I saw people laughing, but that's what they do. So sorry about that.
Okay, sorry. There might be some competition now for you, but you're still gonna rock it. There's so much space for everyone, so that's awesome. Cool.
I also think like lead gen kind of like evolved to more than just like looking at specific niches. I kind of like feel like e-com and lead gen kind of like connected now because of the prices, because of the tracking and attribution issues. I feel like people are, I see that definitely how people are really focused on optimizing their opt-in strategy, how they try and build authority, build like high value towards the user, and even before the sale, just grab their details so they can, yeah.
Absolutely. I see a big shift towards actually building a brand, right? And lead gen is a great intro to a brand.
Yeah.
So you can then use your performance strategy
Definitely.
to build
Couldn't
that
agree
brand
more.
affiliate style,
Yeah.
right? Cool. Let's move, so you know the niches now, right? So we got that set. All right, let's move to traffic sources, right? Maybe start with Haran, right?
Yeah.
So you with Outbrain, obviously you love native. Share a little bit about native, but also comparison to other traffic sources and what you see working in lead gen right now.
Okay, so I think when looking at native and Outbrain, you're selling an experience more than just a product. You need to think about where the user is at. They're not at Facebook or Instagram where they're scrolling and you're kind of disturbing them. They're already reading the news, they're interested in something, so you need to look at how you incorporate your campaign and your lead gen funnel into that experience. So don't send them to a checkout page where they can just leave their email or phone. Try and tell them the story. Try and explain to them why this is important for them, what they're missing out. This is the most important part, the FOMO feeling that you can sell them through content and scale from there. If you compare it again to Facebook, to social, it's a bit different, and you need to make sure that you have the right audience and you have the right funnel for that specific media source.
Cool. All right, what do you say, guys? James?
Look, I'm a big native supporter, not just because he's from Outbrain, but I think native is amazing for lead generation. I think that when you take a look at the most important thing, which is the conversion rate for the call center, very often native traffic can actually be higher converting than social traffic. I think because you're going to utilize an advertorial almost all the time, there's like a better education of the user before they get to the offer. And I think there's more stability with native ads than there is on Facebook. There's a lot less up and down. And the campaigns can stay a lot longer once you build like very robust campaigns, a lot of publishers. On the flip side, Facebook is easier in the beginning. So I think having the both of them is kind of important if you want to reach massive scale, because also one is more stable but has a bit less scale at times, and the other one could have more scale but is really not stable. But I think native on lead gen to me is like the perfect combination.
Is it? Cool. Okay. Maor, what do you say?
Well, first of all, I'm the Google guy, so I have to counter, obviously. First of all, my go-to place in terms of lead gen would be starting off with a discovery campaign, just because it's kind of like a display campaign, just like narrowed down to certain publishers. And my other go-to place, and I checked it over and over again, my brand specifically, my fitness center in Tel Aviv, but also worldwide, the stuff that I'm running, YouTube. YouTube is so big with lead gen. First of all, I feel like compared to what James said with Facebook, yes, it is much harder to start a campaign there, but once it goes, it's stable as hell. Like it would print money. You maybe can look at the campaign once a day and stuff like that, but once you finish optimizing certain creatives and once the campaign has enough conversion data, you can go into like an automated thing, so that's big. Second thing, I feel like it's more about how you adjust your creatives and funnel approach towards a specific platform. So, of course, if someone, that's trivial, if someone is surfing on YouTube, he's looking to, listen or view a video. So he has their speakers opened up and stuff like that. So if you have a VSL, obviously you want to make sure that you kind of like A/B test that at least and see how that works out. I feel like also educational stuff obviously works with native, but I feel like for certain publishers and stuff, you could definitely go with like a more direct approach. But yeah. That's my go-to place, YouTube.
Yeah, I've actually seen great things happening on YouTube. I like it as well. What do you think about TikTok for lead gen?
I feel like TikTok is the kind of like Facebook where it was 4-5 years ago. And I feel like there are two levels to it. The main way to target right now on TikTok would be just like creatives. That's the main way. But if you have a managed account, they would open up certain options like hashtag targeting and stuff. That has been working really good for me in the education space inside the US. But yeah, definitely something to try. It's just like you have to rotate creatives really fast all the time.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I think that's the hard part for many people, like coming up with creative, right? First, understanding the angles, right? I feel a lot of people, maybe also you in the audience, right? It's definitely true for me, that sometimes I don't have enough clarity on who is my actual avatar, right? Who is my audience, and really deeply understanding these people, so you can develop a journey for those people that works for them, right? And we had some examples on this.
And also
right?
technically how you adjust creatives. A lot of people see something working on Facebook, they duplicate it to YouTube, and then they duplicate it to TikTok, where on TikTok you have, you know, if you don't hook the person the first couple of seconds, you lose them.
Yeah.
On YouTube you have a bit of a longer, yeah.
It's true.
I think that's a good point. You have to adjust your page, but also your creatives, and make sure that you know how to approach each audience, even if it's the same one, in each different platform.
Yeah, that's true. Let's stick to pages. I think that's super interesting. So we spoke a little bit about the offers, right? The verticals that you should consider for 2022. We talked a little bit about the traffic sources that we have that you can master. We covered that you should probably, if you can, do at least 2 different traffic sources nowadays. I know it's a lot of work, there's a lot of power in focusing, but especially with what we see on Facebook and the instability, it's probably a good idea if you can manage at least 2 different traffic sources. But then again, let's say we captured the attention of people, getting harder and harder, we understood them, we have a good angle, and we get them on our landing page, right? Let's maybe start with native, right? So once you got the click, how would you build a landing page?
So first of all, again, I think the headline needs to be very clear, make sure that people know what they're missing, okay? It can't be too sensational, because then you're going to lose their attention immediately. If you're saying you lost $1 million, they're going to understand it's not real. But if you tell them, listen, if you invested, for example, in an Amazon stock 5 years ago, this is what it would be worth right now, let them be more interactive, so they can insert the amount of money they want to invest 5 years ago, they would understand better how much they lost right now. From there, tell the story that it's not just Amazon, it's not just Netflix, for example, it's not just one insurance company, as James mentioned, and let them learn from it. I think the amount of details that you require them to leave should be the minimum. If it's the States, people don't like leaving their phone number. Allow them to have, if it's a mobile campaign, a click to call to interact on their own, or just leave their email and start the process from there.
Yeah, interesting. One thing that I found very interesting you just said is that you also have to adapt to the culture, like where you run your campaigns. So obviously there's a lot of focus on the US because it's English, it's a big market, right? But as mentioned before, international, whatever that means to you, right? Everything outside the US, Canada maybe, right? Is something that you may want to look into. But people behave very differently in those markets, right? Like phone numbers, but also like sending people to longer forums might be a lot harder in different cultures where people are not that open with sharing their information. James, what do you say about landing pages, what to put there, and how to work internationally?
Yeah, I think it kind of should be broken into 2 parts. You have like landing pages, then you have offer pages. And I think there's some insights on both of them. From the landing page point of view, I think what's important when you're working on landing pages or advertorials for lead generation versus e-commerce is they do like 2 different things. Because very often with lead generation, there's a filter portion to things. Maybe it's an age requirement for solar, maybe it's the size of the power bill. For loans, maybe it's a credit score. So I think it's helpful to use the landing pages to filter that and include that either in the lead or in the subheadline. Like you see so many ads that are, if you were born before 19 whatever, or if you make less than whatever. And I think trying to tie that in to help filter is going to increase the conversion rate of the offer, and that's kind of a game to play with there. And then I think also as an affiliate, when you are taking a look at potential lead gen offers, people really get sold on the higher payout, and they need to understand that it might be a much better offer that pays $3 just submitting an email than going through a full funnel. So I think going through the full funnel and looking at where it could be speed of optimization is really important. When I look at forms now and I'll play around with it, I'll start to type in an email or I'll type a physical address. Is it auto-populating from Google Maps? Like how easy is it? How intuitive is it? In lead gen, saving those steps on the offer page and not allowing people to need to think or change their mind is just crucial to have it kind of flow through.
Couldn't agree more.
I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying, but
really?
I also
here's the
for a change.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think like, and I'm gonna say something that just like I'm thinking out loud. I don't know how much time landing pages have to live. I feel like obviously landing pages are gonna be here, but I feel like they're on a definitely decline. First of all, iOS and tracking within platforms like TikTok and Facebook, and also the fact that I remember when the Facebook ads form launched, leads were really low quality, and I feel like right now people adjusted and learned. So I feel like, and Google also launched their leads thing. So first of all, it auto-populates. A dramatic increase in conversion rate, you pay a lot less per lead. So even if the lead is not that high of a quality, at the end of the day, the cost per acquisition is lower. So it's definitely sustainable. So I feel like that's the big thing that's going on, and I feel like the main shift isn't landing page optimization, and that's not going to definitely be the only place that you can educate the customer. For me, I'm doing two things, and I don't know if you were about to ask about how we kind of like educate the customers and push them into converting more, but I do two things. The first one, when the leads form ends, I send them into an educational on the like landing page or something that just like warms them up, and then I always have another remarketing campaign set up for people who already left their details, and then I rotate on all of the platforms. So it doesn't matter if they came from Facebook, YouTube, doesn't matter. There's gonna see a rotation of different types of educational videos or content. So it's gonna be people recommending us, testimonials, who we are, what we do, and stuff like that. So that helps dramatically. And I feel like even the next step to Facebook and Google lead form ads is chats. So that created such a big impact with my fitness center. What we do, so when you open up a campaign within Facebook right now, you don't have to use ManyChat and build a complex chatbot flow and connect it and do a bunch of stuff. Facebook allows you to kind of like build the flow within Facebook. So you can ask questions that not only qualify the lead, but if you write it in a certain way, it also educates the customer. Like for example, are you going to use our free service, our free nutritionist service? So that user might not have known that we give that, and now he knows. And also connecting that with the CRM, and making sure that the call center knows exactly what that person is looking for. What is your goal? What are you trying to achieve? Why do you want to move from that insurance company to that insurance company? Are you looking for better customer service? Are you looking for a better price? And so the script could be adjusted towards what that person wants.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think that's so important. They say that data is the new oil, right, or gold, or whatever, the new crypto maybe, who knows. But the new NFT nowadays. So I think that's absolutely true. And I think one thing that people should take from this panel is that they should invest into how they collect data and how they use it, right? So one thing that I've done in the past that worked very well for me is like ask funnels, where you put people through a longer journey. Obviously depends on what you collecting the lead for, but it's exactly about what you just said, more, right? Filling up your CRM, knowing more about your customer already, and then no matter how you sell to them, you use that information, obviously, as automated as possible.
Yeah, so for us, for example, if someone starts the process, we build authority and everything. The first thing we take is their phone. We don't even care about their names. So if they drop later on when the credit card comes up or when anything, so we have a separate like script for the phone guy to talk to them, definitely.
Definitely, yeah, that's cool. I love that. All right, well, we only have 2 more minutes there's always not enough time here. So let's just do a last round of like your top one recommendation for people who want to hit it big with lead gen in 2022. And let's start with James here.
Yeah, find something that is in the $25 to $35 range that is super broad. Lead generation, you're looking for like a 20 to 30% margin. If the CPL, unless it's super high converting, is $8, you're only making like $2 a lead. So personally, I like, $25 to $45 CPA. If the CPA is too high, it's like too expensive to test. And find something that's as broad as possible. That's going to affect as many people as possible. That if you go into the Department of Motor Vehicles, 80%, 85% of the people have the product that you're advertising, your chance of success will be a lot higher.
I would say optimize for micro conversions, for soft conversions. Don't look just at the NCPA or what you're getting paid for or the lead gen cost. Look at what the client is doing along the way, the CTR, the emails, the open rate. All of those small signals can help you optimize much quicker, learn, and actually get much better results.
I feel like exactly the opposite. I don't look at pricing. Honestly, I look at conversion rate, and I would like to make the distinction between being an affiliate and being a brand owner in terms of leads. So as an affiliate, that's the approach, definitely. You care about your margins, you want to make sure that you have good, decent leads, but you don't really care about the quality. I feel like nowadays, even advertisers are a lot smarter. They have better CRMs, better reportings. So I feel like even as an affiliate, you should care about the lead quality, because at the end of the day, even if you have to lose a bit of money at the beginning just to establish the campaign, when you get to that negotiation phase in front of the advertiser is going to look at the ROI. At the end of the day, it's not going to close you down just because you're asking for more money, because they look at the ROI they're getting from you. So I would say as an affiliate, definitely focus on quality as well, but not just price. Play the longer game, build a relationship with the advertiser.
Definitely. Isn't it nice when somebody disagrees? So we can have a proper
That's usually what happens.
He disagrees with me all day, every day. That's how it always is.
That's our usual week, me and James.
That's why we're sitting on other sides. We don't get along that nice.
I know, we did that on purpose. Thank you, Haran. All right. Well, this was our panel on lead generation. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Maor, Haran, and James. Great pleasure having you here. Cheers, guys. Thank you.